Good morning, all. So today we'll study about minimum velocity of flow in sewers. The sewage flowing through sewers usually contains organic as well as inorganic solid matter which remain in suspension as the sewage flow. In order to keep the solid matter in suspended form, a certain minimum velocity of flow is required. Otherwise, the solid particles will settle in the sewer, which is going to result in clogging. So, hence, a minimum velocity is required for the particles to flow in suspension. Such minimum velocity is known as self-cleansing velocity. So now we'll study the definition for self-cleansing velocity. Self-cleansing velocity may be defined as that velocity at which the solid particles will remain in suspension without settling at the bottom of the sewer. So this is the definition you have to remember. So if it is not possible to maintain the self-cleansing velocity throughout the day because of fluctuation in sewer flow, so during minimum flow of sewage, the velocity of flow will be less than the self-cleansing velocity. So hence self-cleansing velocity is maintained at least in a day. So now according to the Shield's expression, the self-cleansing velocity is given by the formula Vs equal to root of 8 beta upon F into bracket Gs minus 1 G D suffix S. So here Vs stands for self-cleansing velocity. Beta stands for characteristic of solids flowing in the sewage. The value of beta may be taken as 0.04. So you remember this value when you are calculating self-cleansing velocity using this formula. The value of F, it stands for Darcy-Weisbach friction factor, and its value is taken as 0.03. Gs stands for specific gravity in sediment or solids. So in sewage, its value vary from 2.65, that is for inorganic elements, up to 1.2 for organic elements. So G stands for gravitational acceleration constant, and ds stands for diameter of solid particle that to be carried out by the liquid. So if you want to calculate self-cleansing velocity, remember this formula. So this is all you remember about minimum velocity required in sewers. Now coming to maximum velocity of flow in sewers. So the smooth interior surface of sewer pipe gets scoured due to higher velocity of flow, which results in continuous abrasion of the interior surface of the sewer by the suspended particles. So this wear and tear in the sewer pipe due to continuous surface abrasion will reduce the lifespan. So hence the carrying capacity of the pipe also decrease. So once you understand that because of fluctuations in the sewage, the abrasion of sewage particles to the sides of the pipe, so we have a definition called non-scouring velocity. So what is the definition for non-scouring velocity? The minimum velocity at which the scouring action or abrasion takes place, it is known as non-scouring velocity. So you have to understand what is non-scouring velocity. It is the minimum velocity which will make the scouring to happen. So such velocity is called non-scouring velocity. The limiting non-scouring velocity value are given in table below. So what all the limiting value you have to understand. So for various sewer material, so if you are using vitrified analyzed brick, so it will be between 4.5 to 5.5. If you are using cast iron sewer, it will be between 3.5 to 4.5. So if you are using non-corrosive sewer, it will be between 3 to 4. And if you are using cement concrete sewer, between 2.5 to 3. So these are the maximum limiting values for different sewer pipes you have to understand for calculation of maximum velocity. So now coming to effect of variations of discharge on velocities in sewers. So you know the sewage which is going to flow, what we call it as discharge. So this discharge remain constant at all times, but it is not possible. So due to variations in the discharge, since the velocity of the function in the Manning's equation you have seen the hydraulic mean radius to the power 2 by 3, that is r raised to 2 by 3. The velocity varies as the sewage discharge. So this happens in the case of combined sewers. So you know in combined sewers the flow is always variable, and as a result the mean depth radius will be always varying. So as the flow decreases in the sewer, the velocity of flow also decreases. So you know according to the flow, so if flow is at higher rate, there is always higher discharge. So if the flow is very slow, means there is less discharge in the sewage. So in such a case the sewer becomes less than half full. So when it is not flowing at the full speed, so usually it will be less than half. So such sewer we have to check the velocity, and when it is flowing with minimum discharge, you have to remember the velocity must be 40 centimeter per second. So this is the velocity for minimum flow. It is you have to remember. So now in such a case, how the variation of velocity takes place. So you have to remember the following points. So under that, first point is the velocity of flow and gradient of sewer are determined and correlated to achieve desired results well before supply. So whenever there is a supply in of sewage, you have to understand what should be the velocity of flow. So whatever may be the flow, the minimum velocity must be 40 centimeter per second. That should be always kept in mind. So suppose if you are using sewers in flat countries, the design of sewers should be done in such a way that self-cleansing velocity is obtained at minimum discharge, and this minimum discharge of velocity will be kept 40 centimeter per second. So if you are referring in rough countries, then you have to keep in mind that the self-cleansing velocity is obtained minimum discharge, while non-scoring velocity obtained at maximum velocity. So this is possible only in case of steep slopes. So whenever there are steep slopes, so at the time intensity of velocity is high. So in order to minimize that velocity, a certain depression should be made, or the pipe should be bring down in such a gradient, and in such a case your non-scoring velocity will become minimum. So in the case of combined sewer, it is very difficult to achieve self-cleansing velocity. This is because of the reason that in combined sewer there is always fluctuations of flow, so which will be not same. So as a result of that, it becomes difficult to maintain minimum or maximum velocity in combined sewers. So this is what you have to understand about minimum and maximum velocities, and also you have to understand about what all the variations of velocities in sewage flow. So now whatever sewage which is flowing through sewers, so what all the hydraulic elements of circular sewer. So usually sewage is carried through circular sewers only. So with respect to circular sewer, we have to understand hydraulic elements. So for this, what all the advantages of using circular sewers? So you have to remember, the first advantage is they are very easily manufactured. Circular pipes are manufactured very easily. A circular section gives maximum area for a given perimeter. So what is the perimeter of the pipe diameter? Accordingly, it gives the maximum area. Circular section gives the greatest hydraulic mean depth when running full or half full. So the advantage of circular pipe is you will get the hydraulic mean depth easily, whether it is running full or half full. It is the most economical section. Circular section is considered as most economical, other than if you compare with egg shaped pipes or any other shape pipes compared to circular pipes. The circular section has uniform curvature all round, and hence it offers less opportunities for deposit. So because of the interior curved surface, so that will take care that the sewage flow is smooth. So these are all the advantages of having a circular sewers. So just remember these. Then in next class we study about the hydraulic elements when the sewage flow through pipes to the full depth, or when the sewage flow through the pipes to the partially filled depth. So partially filled means it may be half full, or it may be 3/4 full, or it may be quarter full. So with respect to that, how the elements we are going to study in next class. So just go through today about minimum velocity, what is maximum velocity, and what all the variations of the velocities in the sewage flow. So just go through. Thank you all.